Hakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us this truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word and truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. To the Aquat that are listening and learning, being a pillar of rest. To the 144,000, the 1/3, the hopeful elect of Israel. I'm the brother Yashuan with a World War III Daily Update. Shalom and salutations to you as well. Today is War and Rumors of War Tuesday, Salakia. All right. Every Tuesday, War and Rumors of War Tuesday. All right. Matthew 24:6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. And we look at it in the different versions and we suss out the differences. NIV, we have war and rumors. NLT, we have wars and threats. Scroll down, and we have wars and reports. Where is it? Where are my reports at? Threats. Did we get threats? Rumors. Threats. Salakia. Reports of wars. And news of battles far away. All right. News, reports, threats, and rumors. So let's look for that as we get updated. I found this U.S. Army News. I'm like, here's some propaganda. And what does it say? Iran helpless. U.S. B-52 bombers sortie on Iran's proxy bases after Iran's reckless strike on U.S. base. Is that right? Has that happened? Or are they making you believe that it happened? It hasn't happened yet. Right? But they're going to say, oh, well, they're about to do something. But right here, this clickbait is making you think that they have. So is this a rumor? Is this a threat? Is it news? Okay. Is it a report? Let's see. Take it away, U.S. Army News, January 30th. That's today. How many hours ago does it say? Anyway, it's today. This is hours ago, a couple hours maybe. Take it away.
Welcome to U.S. Army News. Following the recent attack on a U.S. military base, President Joe Biden indicated that it was carried out by armed forces backed by Iran. The incident, which resulted in the devastating loss of 3 U.S. soldiers and injured countless others, has elicited an outpouring of emotions across the country. The United States military and the administration in Washington, D.C. are already discussing potential courses of study. The Pentagon has upped the region's alert levels to the highest level conceivable. In addition to strengthening its massive naval presence in the Mediterranean and Red Sea, the U.S. military has raised the degree of awareness at all of its peripheral facilities near Iraq and Syria. Members of Iranian-backed armed organizations are facing increasing uneasiness and discomfort at the moment. According to reports, certain forces linked with the Iranian Revolutionary Guards are currently departing Syria. According to Iraqi sources, various installations operated by Iranian-backed militias and the Iranian Revolutionary Guards in eastern Syria and Iraq are currently being evacuated. These installations are situated in Iraq and Syria. According to reports, thousands of soldiers and pieces of equipment are spread.
How do celebrity...
Salakia. That's all we need, right?
Are spread around the battlefield. Tensions are high between the United States of America and Iran right now. The scenario involves a significant lot of uncertainty and danger. last night, serious hints of a major war between the United States and Iran emerged. It is worth noting that 6 KC-135 aerial refueling tankers from the United States Air Force have left bases in the United States and are currently en route to Europe. In addition, 3 B-52 long-range strategic bombers from the U.S. Air Force landed in Israel when it was still dark outside. This situation has the potential to spark a major conflict or elicit a strong response. What measures will the United States take to address the escalating attacks by Iranian-backed militias? And how will it safeguard its interests and personnel in this fiercely contested region? President Joe Biden indicated that the U.S. response to Sunday's drone strike in Jordan, which resulted in casualties among American soldiers, is expected to be more forceful, compared to previous retaliatory strikes in Iraq and Syria. However, both the Pentagon and the White House have been cautious in their approach. President Joe Biden faces mounting pressure to effectively address and put an end to these attacks once and for all. U.S. military installations in Iraq and Syria have been repeatedly targeted by Iranian-backed militants, with over 160 attacks occurring since October. Certain Republican lawmakers have advocated for direct strikes inside Iran as a means of conveying a strong message. It remains uncertain how the U.S. military will react, but considering the magnitude of the current escalation, the U.S. may opt for a significant airstrike directly targeting the main militant headquarters in Iran, or a mission similar to the assassination in 2020 could focus on neutralizing the Iranian leadership responsible for attacks in Syria and against U.S. bases. Tonight, there are at least 6 U.S. Air Force KC-135 aerial refueling tankers, most of them from the Mart Air Reserve Base in Southern California, heading northeast over the United States. They are preparing to cross the Atlantic towards the United Kingdom and Europe. The U.S. military is potentially preparing its bases in Europe. Furthermore, 3 B-52 long-range strategic bombers from the U.S. Air Force arrived in Israel overnight. It wouldn't come as a surprise to witness joint operations and intense airstrikes alongside Israel, the United States' strongest ally in the region. The U.S. is currently considering all available options. It is possible that joint airstrikes with Israel and the utilization of U.S. bases in Turkey could be considered.
Yeah, that would clearly announce with every bullhorn possible World War III.
Alternatively, the U.S. and Israel could collaborate on targeting the bases of Iranian-backed aggressors in Syria, Iraq, and Iran through airstrikes. Meanwhile, Turkey can maintain control over the situation in northern Syria and offer strategic assistance to the U.S. It is no wonder that Syria, with its significant presence of foreign military bases, has become a battleground for global powers to assert their strength and resolve conflicts. What factors will Pentagon leaders take into account when preparing options for the president? What level of response is appropriate for the U.S.? Our top priority is to further enhance the already exceptional level of intelligence regarding...
Wait, I thought that they launched some sorties. You taking that back? Is that a rumor? It is War and Rumors of War Tuesday, after all.
Middle East. This presents a significant challenge for our combatant commanders in Europe and the Pacific, as they must contend with the competition. From U.S. Central Command for crucial resources such as satellite, drone, cyber, and other intelligence assets. However, with the unfortunate loss of American military personnel, the primary focus in the coming weeks will be to collect intelligence on Iran and its proxies.
So we're just collecting intelligence, right? This looks like a recruiting video, right? And they don't want to go into what Iran is claiming that, oh, we done put down at least 80 fools recently. Just 3 Negroes. That's it. They ain't coming with that. All right, in this training, this recruiting video.
Once we have gathered a substantial amount of intelligence, it is crucial to publicly disclose all the evidence that directly connects Iran to these attacks.
Here we go. Here we go. You're concocting a story, but you're not telling the truth. That connects. Iran is the target. That's where you're going. But what you don't understand, and that's enough of that. Damn. All right. What you don't understand is that this is World War III. Okay. It's not just a regional war. All right. Um, so that had everything. It had rumors. It had threats. It had news, and it had what? Reports. Okay. For the lack of nothing better. Let's get on the way out. Let's get Joel. This is World War III. How do we know? Well, the region. All right. Joel 3 and 2. Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai said, I will gather the armies of the world into the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, which is in the Middle East. So this is where everybody's going. This is the last battle. Okay? Everybody's going to end up right there in the Middle East. Right there where you're talking about. You're talking about Iran, right? Well, Iran is with Saudi Arabia and all the other Arab nations in the area. Okay? And that's where everybody's going. Did I read the whole thing? Let me read the whole thing. Joel 3 and 2. I, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, will gather the armies of the world into the valley of Yehoshaphat, or Jehoshaphat, which is the Middle East. There I will judge them for harming my people, my special possession, for scattering my people among the nations, and for dividing up my land. And that's what we're watching right now. So you can try to win. All right? You're just being led into an ambush like Pharaoh and his army, who tried to go heads up with the Most High. What a foolish thing. In the word of your boy, Dolph Schickelgroover, all right? What a foolish thing to try to fight against the Most High, or to take his people captive like you did, right? And we're still in your hand as we speak. If they shall be found in their hand, right? And if they be found, what happened? If they be found, let's see, found in your possession, in your hands. Let me see if this is correct. No, that's not it. Stealeth a man. Let's get that. Let's lock it. This I like this site, but I like this site, but sometimes in order to get it to search what you know is in there, it's kind of difficult sometimes. Anyway, Exodus 21 and 16. And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, right? Well, who are his people? Let me go back. See, because in order to understand what's going on, right? What is this? Bible scan. Go back to Joel. Joel 3 and 2. What does this say? Look at the language here. The armies of the world into the valley of Jehoshaphat, because he's going to judge them. Why? For harming his people. his special possession, for scattering my people among the nations and dividing up my land. We got to go a little further into it. 3, they threw dice to decide which of my people would be their slaves. You didn't say slaves. What slaves? Well, they sold slaves. Who sold slaves? And who were the slaves that were sold? His people, his special possession. So now we're getting down to it, right? Well, who do we know? Who does the world know were slaves that were sold? Okay? Well, those are God's people. And this is what all of this is about. What is all this World War III about? Well, there's a judgment coming for harming God's people, right? Who are his people? Well, they were sold as slaves, right? Now, Exodus 21 and 16 will end on this. And he that stealeth a man, right? Well, how'd you get him to sell him in the first place? Well, you stole him from the west coast of Africa and selleth him. And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand. So when Yahushua comes back, the one that you ignorantly call Jesus, when he comes back and he sees that we're still in captivity, right? Well, you're not slaves to, according to the Bible, we are. He shall surely be put to death. That's the judgment, right? And to prove that we're still slaves, we are yet this day let's see, you got to get the wording perfect. In our, still not giving it to me. Let me see. In our what? Captivity. And give it to me. We are yet this day in our captivity. Salaki, I'm gonna look it up on the phone. It's been a while since I had to go there. Give me a moment. It's Baba Kasha. We are yet this day in our captivity is Baruch. Uh, did I steer away? Let me see. Huh. Where'd that go? Salakia. Gosh. I just have to get it. Come on, Google. Here we go. Are we still slaves? We are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us. Uh-oh. What was that? Scattering my people. We are yet this day still slaves, and we got scattered from one end of the earth. And the Most High did that, but he used who to do it? Well, he used Ishmael, he used Esau, and he used Ham. And you got to pay for that. There's second Ezra right there. Where's Baruch? Behold, Baruch 3 and 8, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us. That's here in America. Get it? For a reproach. Are we not a reproach? And a byword? Of course we are. Nigger, 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 nigger. Oh, you can't say that. For a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments, according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our power. It was our fault, but we're almost out of the time now. With that, we hope that the elect were edified, you brothers and sisters. Shalom.